Now setting up the SD to SNES is really easy. As you can see, that's my room, so it's kind of dark. It's my office room. So as you can, the SD card's in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. But on the card he provides, there's manual, which is pretty much a PDF version of the pamphlet that you already have, and the SD to SNES firmware. Now, his pretty much comes set with the stuff you need, and also, you know, it comes with, like I said, the version 0.13, I think it is. And the only thing missing, though, is the BSX BIOS, which I already downloaded it, so it's not on here because I have yet to set up my card. But let me just delete this real quick because I have mine with the BSX BIOS. So what you would do is, I'm going to show you real quick because, see, that's the one thing missing, but it's so hard to find it. So, of course, the ST11 BIOS too is kind of a little hard to find. Now, what I would do, especially because Ikari is making changes in the future to add more support, I took a full ROM set, and believe me, this is time consuming, but you know, if you want to make it foolproof and you know what game is what, this is what I would do. The BSX games are on top, followed by CX4, which of course are the Mega Man games, the DSP games, the MSU1, and I'll put regular is the games without any chips, and of course the SA1, the SDD1. I know some of these he's probably not going to implement, but I know Super FX is supposed to be worked on in the future. But this way, at least when the new thing comes out, you don't have to worry, oh my god, I got to track down the ROMs, blah, 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 blah. Because they're already on your card, so you can just upgrade the firmware and go. So what I'm going to do, since I already did, but I'm going to show you what I did. Select all, right click, copy. Now I'm on Windows 7, mind you, but I think it's the same for everything else. Go to your SD to SNES directory and paste. Now, since I have the 64 gig card, you know, obviously, you know, it's not, like I said earlier, it's not going to use that much space. More so for the MSU games than anything else. But this set that I got, I took out all the overdumps, bad dumps, hacks, except for what I actually want to play. So it clocks in around 6 gigs for the good set. So if you want to play at least the SNES stuff, the 16 gig would work for you. But if there's just a few games you want to play, the 4 gig would work fine. Of course, if you want to future-proof it for the MSU1 games, which is, like I said earlier, pretty much going to be the SNES CD pretty much, that we never got, it'd be a good idea to get the 32 or like I got the 64 gig. And it does take some time for the full ROM set. Of course, I have one MSU game on here, and that's of course Super Road Blaster, but that's only a gig, so that wouldn't contribute. But basically 6 gigs should be enough. 6 gigs should be enough for the entire ROM set. So we're just going to let this go slowly, and as soon as this is done, we're going to try out our new SD2SNES. Now there's one quick little addendum, or whatever the word is, that I got to share with you guys. Now, if you have to reformat your card, now I have the 64 gig card, and I've also heard that it happens with the 32 and might happen with the others. But if you have to reformat the 32 or the 64, I'm not sure if it happens with 16 or 4, but definitely worth the mention. And I spent literally all day trying to do this until Stone Age Gamer pretty much came up with a solution on his own and sent it to me, and come to find out it worked. And boy, do I feel like an idiot. Because it only took a couple minutes, whereas I was working all day. Now, especially for the 64 gig card, Windows cannot format it to FAT32 natively. So you need a third-party program, and usually you'd use the Panasonic, but that only formats it to exFAT as well. HP formats it, but it's not the formatting that it needs for the SD to SNES. It needs to be formatted in a certain way. So he sent me this program called RM Prep USB, and that's another program I'm going to put in the link. I tested the firmware, so everything's working, so I'll include my version of the firmware with the BSX BIOS just in case you guys want to try that out, because I know there's also people that bought it from Crix himself, the board, and what have you. But anyway, you set that up. Now I'm not going to actually format it because I already did so. So what's the point, as you can see, so what's the point of me doing so again? You'll have two things when you start up: warning, large storage drive selected. Just X that out. Now, as he told me, you would, there's my drive right there, drive I. You would set it as set partition as non-bootable. You would set it to XP BART PE bootable NT loader. Make sure it's on FAT32. Uncheck this. Make sure none of these are checked. And then you would just go to prepare drive, click that, and voila, it works. It's empty, and you get to use it for your SD to SNES. So that pretty much takes care of setup. Now let's go for the games themselves. But first, system compatibility.